Oh, hi there. Hi, and welcome to Cooking with Tristan. I'm your host, Tristan. Today we'll be making a very delicious meal called cheesy chicken bake. The ingredients we'll be using today are cooking spray, 3 tablespoons of softened butter, 1/4 cup or 1/4 cup of flour in a large Ziploc bag, 1 1/2 pounds of cut up chicken breasts, 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, some pepper that we're seasoned with later, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and it needs to be condensed cream of chicken soup, 3 tablespoons of bacon bits, 1 1/2 cups of panko or Japanese style breadcrumbs, and 1 cup of shredded cheese. So the first thing we're gonna do is preheat our oven to 425 degrees. Then we're going to slightly season our chicken with pepper. So you're just gonna add some pepper to it, and then we're gonna stir it up. And then you can add a little bit more. All right, next thing we're gonna do is put all our chicken in the bag with the flour. So we're gonna open this up. You can use your hands as long as they're clean. They're the best tool in the kitchen as long as they're clean. So just pick all this up and drop it in the bag. And you wanna do all of it at once. And then we're gonna seal our bag. And because my hands are greasy from the chicken now, I'm gonna go wash them. All right, so now that I've washed my hands and wiped the raw chicken juices off the top of the Ziploc bag, I'm going to shake it around so that way the flour evenly coats all of our chicken chunks. Then we're going to place our chicken pieces inside a baking dish, which ours has a top, but if yours does not have a top, then later on you will need to cover the top of it with tin foil for when you bake it. So anyway, we're gonna start shaking this now. All right, now we're gonna place some of this into our baking dish. All right, so now that we have placed our chicken in our baking dish, we're going to set that aside for right now. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a small bowl and combine our mayonnaise and our soup. So you're just gonna push this in here first. We're gonna do both the small bowl mixture and the big bowl mixture first, and then we will add it to the chicken. Great, I think we got most of that out of there now. So now we're just going to mix this up. All right, so the next thing we're gonna add is we're going to take our butter, our panko, our bacon bits, and our cheese, and we're going to mix that into the big bowl. All right, so now we're gonna make our second mixture, and we're gonna just drop our butter in here. And then we're gonna add everything else. So we'll start with our bacon bits. And then our panko. And we'll throw our cheese in there too. Probably should have had a bigger bowl for this, but it's okay. If you spill a little, spill a little. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so now that we have both our big bowl and our little bowl mixtures made, we're going to add them to the chicken. Now we're going to add our creamy mixture on top of the chicken. So I'm just gonna spoon that out. All right, so you just want to spread this around. Make sure to get it in all the cracks and crevices over your chicken. All right, let's see if we can get any more out of here, just because I might need a little bit more. All right, so now that we have filled all this through, we're gonna add our second mixture. We're gonna spoon this out because it's thicker. You just wanna spoon this right on top. Make sure to get a nice even layer across. And make sure that that pushes down against your cream mixture underneath. All right, so now we're at the final step, the baking process. So you're gonna want to place a top over your baking dish. If you don't have a lid, then you're just gonna need to place some tin foil over the top of your baking dish. And then once you've done that, you're going to put your baking dish in the oven at our 425 degrees that we previously said for 10 minutes. All right, so it's been 10 minutes and we have removed our baking dish from the oven. All you're gonna do now is remove your tin foil or the top to your baking dish and then place it back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes or until the top is golden brown. All right, so we've just taken it out of the oven again and it's been in there for 20 more minutes instead of 15, but that's okay because now it is totally done. And I wish the camera had a nose because it smells fabulous. But anyway, here's what it looks like. Anyway, thank you for watching Cooking with Tristan, and to see my full recipe and other videos, please go to gourmetfoodgiftpeople.com and click on Cooking with Tristan.